Hello, Devin Mason here, and today I just wanted to take you through day one of my program that I am currently running. That is a hybrid program that I based off of Jeff Nippard's upper lower strength and hypertrophy program. So what you are watching on screen right now is my warm up for completing snatch. But anyways, I will just say that before every workout, I do 2 minutes on the ski machine, as you will see at the end of the workout, because I'll do that just to start my workout and to conclude my workout. The reason I do the ski machine is to just get the heart rate up, and I guess any cardio machine or anything like that would suffice for that. But I definitely recommend making sure you get your heart rate up, getting your blood flowing before you do hop into the workout, along with stretching and that type of stuff. So you are seeing my warm-up for snatch, as I did say. But I also do some just general dynamic and static stretching before the workout. And speaking of the workout, I will actually throw up on screen the full workout now, just to give you an idea of what I'm doing for my programming. And then also, if you guys want to save that for later and try it out yourself or anything like that, you can do so. So, without further ado, I guess the snatch warm-up that I do is just kind of going through every motion that is involved with the snatch and then kind of putting them all together. Kind of warms up the shoulders, warms up the knees, and that type of stuff. So just in general, good general warm-up to get the workout started. And then also hopping into my first exercise, we do have Snatch Complex. As you guys are seeing, this involves 2 snatches, and then I will drop the bar into a back squat position for 2 reps, and then I will throw the bar back up into a overhead squat position for another 2 reps. And that concludes my snatch complex, which I will be completing 4 sets, or did complete, as I should say, for that exercise. But anyways, moving on from that, we are actually going into back squat as the second exercise. What you're seeing on screen right now is just a warm-up set. And I definitely do recommend numerous warm-up sets, I would say, even for some of the bigger compound lifts, and especially if you're working at a heavier weight. For sure, make sure to prime that central nervous system and get in some warm-up sets, and you never know if there is a body part that's a bit tighter that you still need to loosen up a bit before you hop into your working sets. So we do have 3x5 at 150 kilos today for back squat. And biggest thing on back squat, I would just say, is make sure to keep that torso and upper back tight, and drive the knees out when you're squatting, and don't allow those to cave in. So 3x5, as I said, on back squat. And now we are moving into one of my favorite leg exercises, and one of the most brutal leg exercises. So if you do not include this in your programming already, or have never tried this out, I definitely recommend it. It's a good one for the glutes especially, which I find without just demolishing the quads for sure. Biggest thing on this Bulgarian split squat, or split squat you could say, just make sure you have that front foot far enough out that you're in a nice lunge position, and you can drive through your heel and not your toes. So I did do 3 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 8 on that. And now the 4th exercise is actually Romanian deadlift, or stiff-legged deadlift. 3x10 on this. Biggest keys I will say for this is make sure to keep that good posture with your back. And then also try and keep the bar as tight to your shins as possible. It's one of the things I've definitely found that helps me engage my hamstrings more, and I find it takes a little bit of the pressure off the lower back especially. if you were to have that bar farther out from your shins and more over your like toes or your midfoot. So now moving on to the fifth exercise, leg press, 2x15 on this. Biggest things on this is make sure to not lock out your knees if you're performing leg press. It can result in some pretty nasty injuries, and if you have never seen those videos, I can't say I recommend watching them, but it will definitely change your mind about locking your legs out, even if you are super tired on leg press. And then another cue on leg press that I think about is just driving through my heels on the platform. And then also make sure you don't come down too far where your lower back starts to round and come off of the seat that you're on. And now the last exercise that we are hopping into is hyperextensions. And the reason I have hyperextensions in my program is really to create that mind-muscle connection between my glutes, and then also a key point for me in this cycle of programming is to really bring up my glutes and also my lower back strength in general. So this is definitely a good one for that. And what you're seeing now is actually one of the things that I do for core, one of the few things that I actually do for training my core, and that is actually a 4-minute plank. So I will do one of the minutes, just a standard plank, 1 minute side plank, 1 minute other side plank, and then I will come back to that standard center plank. And I do not have the full 4 minutes in here. I do have it sped up, but it does give me a little bit of time to talk about a few things with the programming and that type of stuff. So the way I have created this program and kind of taken from Jeff Nippard, paid upper-lower strength and hypertrophy program, the progressive overload. It is more based on volume, as you tend to increase the number of sets that you're doing on each exercise each week for a short cycle before actually increasing the weight. So instead of saying doing 3x5 each week and increasing the weight, you instead do 4 sets instead of 3 sets like you did on the first week, and then every few weeks you will actually increase the weight just or slightly. So I'll give you a better example because I know I kind of butchered that explanation. 2 sets of, and then you in the second week we'll move on to 3 sets of 5, and then 4 sets of 5, and so on and so forth until increasing the weights a few weeks down the line. And another thing I actually wanted to mention that I kind of took away from filming, because I am gonna release a full week of my programming for you guys, just to give you an idea of like everything and just a general overview of my programming. With that is actually filming yourselves on lifts can really show some things. So like on those side planks, I really learned that my form is not as good as I thought it was. So if you never have, I definitely recommend you film some of the compound lifts just to form every once in a while. It can be a really helpful for compound lifts, snatches, or clean, or anything like the filming idea. I have been watching on the past 30 seconds is actually cardio that I did to do with, and I do a day. I've been doing it every loading in a 30-second and off minutes. So I right around 100 days doing this. It's just a quick high intent I can get in, but also a brutal one legs after just training. And the tip I can give you for assault biking, thing like that, well, I guess intervals are anything. Focus on driving until they hit your arms. By then you will be, you are gonna give definitely a good one to. I do recommend. I hate getting on that. Is definitely a thing to incorporate, especially in form of cardio. With that, as you guys will screen short is a machine before that I do at the beginning of every workout. It's a good warm and cool down tool. In this video, I actually included a stretch after every workout. I think recovery is a huge thing for if you want a volume 6 day a week program. And I upper days free, but that is my schedule just on my upper days. And I actually do have any comments or down below. And I was in general to enjoy if channel if you guys